gosh. That's a really good mascara. Cool. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. I just want to quickly say a huge thank you to everyone who is supporting me and growing my little channel. Today I just thought I would just do a quick little vid on, you know, my sort of go-to makeup. I'm kind of doing like a bit of a 360. I used to wear a ton of makeup. I trained as a makeup artist because I just loved makeup. I always would wear loads of makeup, not necessarily during the day, but I did really love it. I mean, I was one of the classic ones when I was about 16, you know, wearing like the white sheet of makeup and the like layers and layers of mascara. I mean, it's so funny because back then we didn't have iPhones or anything. We had the handheld ones that you had to go and get developed. And so you can imagine the flash on those. Like, honestly, some of the pictures, if you guys are lucky, I'll share some of them with you. But I'm like a white ghost sheet with these like massive eyes. It's just hilarious. So, where was I? Oh yeah, so I'd wear loads of makeup, and then I just slowly started like not wearing so much. I guess, if I'm honest, part of it was to do with just couldn't be asked. I guess as you get older, you have less and less kind of like spare time. But anyway, I feel like now, since I've started this channel, I'm just like falling in love with makeup again. Like I find myself on like the makeup sites, looking at like watching all these makeup reviews and videos on YouTube again, and just like wanting to play around. But it's obviously going to be like very different from the makeup that I used to do when I was younger. I love the very like fresh, dewy look. I also, you know, I am getting older, my eyes are getting droopier, I'm getting wrinkles, etc, etc. So kind of like less is more. So my makeup is very different now, but I just, back to, you know, what I was talking about, is I just thought I'd bring you guys my sort of like go-to makeup. I've semi-prepped my skin. So I cleansed, I popped on the Glow Tonic and some of my favourite hydrating mist. If you haven't already, I have a video on my skincare routine and how it has changed now that I'm in my 30s. I will link that below as well. And then I thought I would just do the rest on camera to show you how I prep my skin for makeup, because I guess the routine I showed you guys was if I was just going to go makeup free, basically. So it's slightly different if I'm going to be putting some makeup on. So the same thing, I'll be going in with the Weleda Skin Food, and I probably use about that much. Pop it around, then I go under here first, and then on the cheeks. Bring it around to my chin. And then kind of like the excess, I'll pop on my nose, around the centre of my face. Then I go in with the Skin Food, but the original one that is like a lot thicker. And this is where I basically will go and put it in these places that I want, you know, to glow. Basically where you would put highlighter on the cheekbones. This is all just what I do. You guys can do whatever you like. And then I will pop on my lip balm. Again, this is the 8 Hour, Elizabeth Arden 8 Hour. And then I have quite oily skin, so I like to mattify my skin. I am trying this at the moment. It's the Revolution Mattify Boost. And basically, I just pop that on my nose and just anywhere that usually gets so shiny, which is my T-zone. But, you know, as I'm getting back into makeup again, like I honestly think I'm like falling back in love with it. I want to take you guys on the journey with me, you know, to find the best products. I've just realised I forgot to put on my serums. Oh, really annoyed me. Okay, well I usually would probably have put on either the Buffet or my vitamin C underneath. Great. Next, I personally go in with concealer. I use this Ben Nye highlight wheel. It's more about like corrective stuff I do. Take a little bit out, pop it on my hand. So I use this colour that's like dark salmon because it will cancel out any darkness. I've warmed it up on my hand, popping it on a brush. This is a Revlon like fluffy brush basically. Tapping the product, and I will go in where it's like darkest, and like less is more. Bring it down slightly. And then I will go in with this colour here. It's all about just placing that product. I also don't bring the product all the way to here because, you know, look, I'm getting older now and my eyes really crease in this area. And so I want the least amount of product as I can on that area because otherwise it just looks cakey and creases and it's just so horrible. Let's just sorted out some of the dark circles. Anyway, next I will go in with my foundations. Now, I have fallen in love with the Chanel Vita Lumiere. I've got the Aqua and I also have just the Vita Lumiere as well. I literally love these products, but I understand that they're very expensive. So I found a dupe for them and I'm going to try it out and let you guys know what I think in comparison to these, because I just love this product so much. Because I want to use less product, I will basically just be strategic with how I place the product. The lighter, I'll just swipe that around here, down the bridge of my nose, on my chin, around this area here, up my cheekbones. Then I go with the darker colour. So that's like kind of what my hand looks like. Sorry, I've used the number 50 beige and the number 30 beige. And then I'll basically go in like I would, where I would put like a contour. So down here, down the side of my, I'd put some down the side of my nose. Then I have an already damp beauty blender. And I'll go in and tap in the product. I always go in with the light colour first and then blend out. So that is my first layer. It's really, really light coverage. Then I will put some more on my hand of each colour, add it to all the areas that I want there to be more coverage basically. So like always around on my nose, and like it's basically like the centre of my face. Why I didn't go in with like more product in the beginning is just because, like, honestly, you'll keep hearing me say it, but less is more, and you can layer, and I just think it just looks so much nicer layering up that product instead of, you know, going in with loads and loads of product and just it looking so cakey. I have got some little areas I'm going to go over with concealer, and then again wherever I kind of want to contour, always in rolling motions upways. You never want to drag product down your face. And then I'm just going to go put my beauty blender and just pick up all that extra product that's on my hand, and I'm going to just lightly tap that over my eye. Then I am going to pop a little bit. I use the back of my hand like all the time. because then I can like gauge how much product I'm gonna put on my face, if that makes sense. Like you can always just add like a bit more. This is the Wake Up, Rimmel Wake Up Concealer in this shade Soft Beige. 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 Doesn't have a D in it. Beige. Beige. So using that same fluffy brush, I'm going to go in and just lightly press in the hollows of my eyes to just brighten up that area a little bit more. Use my finger. Again, you know, like, less is more, babes. Less is more. Cool. So that is kind of, yeah, that is like the really light base that I go for. I haven't got what I wanted, but I do have this Rimmel Insta Fix and Matte translucent powder. So I'm just gonna have to use it because, you know, I don't put tons of powder on. Again, what am I gonna say? Less is more. Literally just set in areas that I get oily. So I'm just, this is a Real Techniques setting brush. Oh, huh. Oh yeah. And I'm just going to really lightly pat under here. I literally have like no product on this. And like under here, not going anywhere here, because look, this is where my wrinkles are. So it is literally here. I get shiny here as well. And my nose gets quite shiny and up here. See how I haven't put any more product on? Get shiny here, and I actually get quite shiny here. But again, like I literally have hardly put any product. Like I really don't want to get rid of like the glowiness that is, you know, that I'm trying to go for. I like using liquid products because just personally, just powder is just way too heavy on my skin. It doesn't give me the look that I really want. So I've fallen back in love with Posy Tint by Benefit. I do a little, like I smile, and then just like on the top, not here. Basically, if you look, you don't, like if you look straight ahead, you don't want your, oh my God, what was it called? Blusher to go further in than your eye. So if you'll see that it's basically like, if you see this as an apple, it's like the top of the apple. And lightly just tap that out. If you stay doing this, then you know that you're like doing it, you know, around the apple. Just look how cute it is. Slowly adding some colour back to my face. God, I look so pale, don't I? I'm just gonna add the tiniest bit more. I like to layer, as I said before. I'm gonna move it up just slightly. It's like just any excess that's on my fingers, I'm gonna go up. Next up, I will add the bronzer. I've got the Chanel Medium Deep bronzer. I need to find a dupe of this, but it's quite like, look, it's got kind of like this shimmer and it's quite a nice color, really nice and natural, how I like it. Just use this big fluffy brush. It's a geofiber face brush from Real Techniques. Again, I just really get my brush in there and tap it off. Same with the other side. And this product too, like you want to keep it, you know, away from the center of your face. Like this is a center. There was a dot here, a dot here, and a dot here. Well, to the corner of your mouth. That I would say is like the center of your face. and you want to be really careful about what products you put in that part. But you don't want to be on the face. You just want to be underneath to accentuate that jaw. And at the end, if you're feeling like your face is kind of like really quite pale, you can put, again, really lightly over your nose. And you could put a tiny bit on your cheeks if you want. Like, it's basically just like, you know, like what's left over. Next, I will do my eyebrows. I always like to keep them tinted and shaped so that I don't have to do much. Like, literally what I do is I just brush up. And then I'll use like whatever product I have at the moment with me. I just have the Buff Brows pencil. So I'll always start from the outside, well, the middle. And just sketch out my brows. I keep them super natural at the front, like I don't even add any product. And always brushing through so that they're just like nice and blended. Next, we'll go on to the eyes. I don't know why I leave them last, but I just do. Sometimes add like a tiny bit of like my bronzer above here. It just like opens my eye slightly. This is a MAC 275 brush. And then just like lift that colour out. Like, you know, usually a lot of people will go like in their crease, but if you've got hooded eyes, do not do that. Because then you are accentuating the fact that you have a very heavy crease. So you want to always go above that crease and out. So I don't usually go and do like a wing or like, I do, yeah, the tiniest bit of eyeliner really in here. But I stay really close to the lash line. I'm basically just making it look like my lashes are thicker, basically. So this is the Rimmel the Rimmel Exaggerate Waterproof Eye Definer, and it is in the shade Rich Brown. So I'm just going in the corners. Like, again, this is literally just to make it look like I have thicker lashes. I'm just going to use the end of this to just smudge it in. So I've honestly done it like 1/3 of the corner, because if I go in anymore, like, it's just not flattering for my eye shape at all. And then what I'll do is I'll go up in the waterline, up here, and that I can take kind of all the way along. Again, this is all about making my lash line look thicker. Mascara time. We're going to go in with the Telescopic Mascara by L'Oreal. I've heard really good things about this. You know, I really like the kind of like long... Oh, wow. Wow, that is quite something. And don't worry if you get it on your eye, you need to wait until it is dried. Wow, ha! Did not expect that. Gosh, that's a really good mascara. It's like a comb, if you guys can see. One thing I did forget to do, which I kind of usually do, is like go over my lashes with a spoolie first, just to make sure that I've got no like product or like anything stuck on them, because that can make them like super clumpy. Oh my god, this mascara is so good. Wow. And then what I will do is I literally just the tiniest bit on the bottom. So that is the mascara done, the eyes done, and then we're gonna go on to the lips. So I have quite a bit of colour to my lips anyway. So I don't know, I still need to play around a bit more with lip liners and stuff like that. But I generally just go in with, you know, the 8 hour lip balm. And pop that on. I just love like the nice natural gloss to my lips from that. Or I have this like Oh My Gloss by Rimmel, which I quite like. It's kind of like quite like a pale nude colour. But usually I kind of like will wear, only wear these sort of things when my makeup's a little bit heavier, if I'm like going out for like dinner or whatever. But because this is just like an everyday look, I only just put like a bit of lip balm on, and it's so shiny anyway. Then my finishing touch, and I always leave this till last, highlighter. So I'll use like a fluffy brush. I used this earlier for, you know, putting the setting powder on. I try not to use like a million brushes, and just like the tiniest bit, tap it off. I use the Becca Prosecco Pop, and I'll literally really lightly pop a bit on the cheekbones. Like less is more, ladies. This is a powder as well, which isn't always my favourite, as I've been telling you. But I do love it. Like, it is a gorgeous colour and it is a gorgeous finish. On my nose, across my lips. And I just use a little brush to put in the corners of my eyes. And then I even go and do, I do the tiniest bit up where my brow bone is. I don't bring it very far down because I've got the hooded eyes. I don't want to accentuate the fact that they are hooded. I am actually going to go in and make sure that I've got that bronzer up there, because I just don't want them looking real hooded. Hey guys, so this is the final look. This is just like my everyday makeup, my go-to makeup, I guess. It's pretty lightweight, doesn't require like too many products. You can layer it up. It's a really, really good one. Because I don't use so much powder, it's one of those really good ones that you can wear like in the day, and then you can add to it in the evening if you're going out for dinner or whatever. It's, yeah, really good for that. So if you've liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and comment, share with your friends. And if you don't want to miss any more videos like this, then subscribe to my channel. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you again soon. Up and literally into the hairline. Do I just call this how to do your makeup with one brush? No. We always just go in with our teeth, like, don't we? Can't open something, we're like, oh, have you tried using this? Just subscribe.